Alright, this is Kill 2. I'm here with T-Days. We gotta go quick this time. The match is starting right now. We've got Razor Alliance versus Goonswarm. I'm gonna go through Razor Alliance really quick. They've brought 2 Golems, a Basilisk, a Rook, 2 Drakes, 2 Ishkers, 1 Tyrannus.
And Goonswarm have brought 2 Nightmares, 2 Golems, Scimitars, 2 Sabres and a Cormorant.
And like we said, the match is underway. The teams are pretty spread out to start. They had some ships close, the battleships close, and the Razor's Drakes were close, everything else pretty far away. And we got torpedoes on the field.
It looks like Razor have taken out one of the Goonswarm Sabres. In return, Goonswarm have taken out the Rook for Razor.
Yeah, the Rook was the primary. That was taking a torpedo fire from Goonswarm Golems. And now they've switched to the Basilisk. Goonswarm now shooting the Razor Alliance Basilisk, and he's dropping pretty fast, local repping somewhat, but already in armor. He's at about 80%, and oh, he's already dead. So much damage from the Goon team.
Yeah, we like to see these Nightmares. They do a stupendous amount of damage, and unfortunately for Razor, they're shield tanking, and traditionally the weakest resistance is EM, which is what the Nightmare does in spades.
So the Goon Frigs, the Saber, okay, they just lost a Saber. They're about to lose their Cormorant as well, but it is getting repped from the Scimitar. It's been down through shields 3 to 4 times now and been repped back to full in one cycle. At the same time, all the Goon battleships now on top of one of the Razor Golems, and that Golem's already in armor.
Yeah, that Golem is dying very fast, and meanwhile Bob from marketing is sitting there with his Cormorant, and he keeps getting repped back up, although I think they might have just... Yeah, he's just gone finally. It's hanging on there for quite a long time, but in return for the kill of that destroyer, they're going to lose. Yep, and there goes Razor's column. So this is sort of tit for tat. Unfortunately for Razor, they're losing more expensive ships points-wise than Goonswarm.
Yeah, tit for tat. Cormorant for Golem is a bad deal. That second Golem for Razor Alliance already in armor just about. Those Golems are right on top of the entire Goon team, and the Goons have so much damage. It looks like the Goon Golems are running neutralizers rather than cap transfers. And all that neutralization plus all the damage from all 4 battleships focused on that Golem. He's at about... Oh, he's in structure now. He just hit structure.
Yeah, and he's got a couple of rep cycles off and has clawed a tiny bit of shield back. It's just an exercise in futility at this point. His structure is down to 20%. Every rep cycle is just delaying the inevitable, and there he goes. So we currently have for Razor 2 Drakes, tournament favourites, 2 Ishkers and a Tyrannus, and on the Goonswarm we have still 2 Nightmares, 2 Golems and a Scimitar, which has got half shield damage, but otherwise it seems to be holding on.
The Razor team is trying to kill the Goon Scimitar. What's left of the Razor team anyway, their Drakes and their Frigs, but the Scimitar's holding now at about 40% shield ever since that Golem went down. And now the Goon team has switched to one of the Razor Drakes piloted by Q-Tab. He's already at 40% shields, dropping quick, and he'll only go quicker as the Goons close range.
Yeah, I mean, they've got a good mix here because they have the stupendous damage from the Nightmares when they're in range, and they can use the right crystals, and obviously tracking will not be an issue against Drakes. When they're shield tank, they've got a huge signature, and of course the Golems can switch damage types, so they can cover all their bases basically, and it all belongs to Goonswarm.
Yeah, that Drake now hitting armor, he'll be going down shortly. These Goon Golems are actually target painting. They actually have target painters fit themselves. It's a very offensive setup. That Drake just went down. Goons maybe getting lucky with what they faced here, but a strong setup anyway. So much DPS and just offensive capability. The Scimitar for Goons is not holding up too well. He's at about 40% armor and taking damage still from what's left of the Razor team.
Yeah, it looks like he's got the pretty much all the little frigates on him now. So you've got 2 Ishkers and a Tyrannus. He's about to go down. I think though it's just a matter of time now. Oh, there goes one of the other frigates for Razor. The Scimitar is still holding in. It was the Tyrannus that just blew up, so that obviously they were able to track him quite happily and just 2-volleyed him into oblivion. The Scimitar has got some shields coming back at this point, and he has shield rep bots on him, so obviously the Goons have got that in hand now.
Yeah, it looks like the Tyrannus was the only one with the web, so as soon as they killed that, he's cut loose and he broke range from the Ishkers. And like T-Day said, he's got at least 2 sets of shield rep bots on him as well as local reps. So his shield's now back up to about 50%, and the Goon attention now focused back on the Razor Drake, which is now dead, leaving only 2 Ishkers for Razor.
Yeah, this is a very convincing win, a very nice setup from Goons here with a lot of front-loaded DPS. They can do different range, different damage types, different ranges with the golems, having that flexibility. Looks like they were neuting, so they're covered for cap warfare. And the Scimitar, of course, has been able to show it can survive as probably the best logistics ship so far. So it's a convincing win for Goon here.
Yeah, really doing well. They've still got, of course, 2 golems, 2 nightmares, and that Scimitar that are going to make it through the match. Now it's just a matter of catching up to those Ishkers and finishing them off, which shouldn't be too hard. Also, now that there's not too much else to talk about, the Golems and Nightmares all go pretty quickly, all of them breaking 700 meters a second. So this is a fast team with a lot of DPS that's not spending... I can only imagine the tank on those battleships is not too heavy, considering how much offensive E-War and speed they're fielding. Looks like they've gotten up to one of the Ishkers, or at least are able to shoot it. It's down to about 20% armor, now structure. He'll be dead in 1 second, leaving only 1 Ishker.
Yeah, and the Scimitar is completely repped up again now. He's got a nice vapor trail behind him, lovely explosion of fire out the back, makes it look like it's blasting around the place. That Ishka, though, is now below 50% structure, and I suspect he will drop in the next 10 seconds.
And Bob from marketing asking how much time's left. I'm not really sure why. Maybe wondering how much loot they can get before the match ends. But there went 1 Ishker, and they've got the other one. Oh, both Ishkers stopped at the same time. So that'll do it. Goonswarm, really convincing, really entertaining win. And with that, we'll go to Soundwave.